want more oil? All right, we got to come and talk about Armon Wiggins, who went mega viral last week for being outside of the Diddy trial. And I don't know who that dude was that was squirting the oil on his chest and his back. But squirting the oil all over him. So first off, y'all know I had to actually call Armando. Number one, be like, hey, is you good? Because your ass is everywhere. When I tell you I seen this man's oiled up body all over the news. CBS, TMZ. I don't know if it was on People Magazine, but I'm sure it was. I knew something was up when Candace Owens showed the video. All the black platforms, all the white platforms. I knew it when what's that news site? It's called Sky News Australia. His oiled up chest right there on the headline. Boom. And then you got him like this with the oil, and literally it says Diddy supporter under it. I said, oh damn. My nigga fucked up. I said, oh damn. Because that right there, you're not going to be able to live down. There are certain things we do as influencers, as YouTubers, as social media content creators, where you go, you know what? That's going to be on your name forever. It's just one of the things. So he might as well embrace it. Don't run from it. Don't even be ashamed of it. And he's addressed it. You know, he's addressed it for sure. I just hadn't talked to y'all about it because a lot of people started getting my DMs like, well, Storm, what you thinking? Storm, what's your opinion? What's your honest opinion? Baby, I'm going to give it to you. Just wait. Just wait. So, okay. So I talked to him. Of course, I can't tell y'all everything that we talked about because I'm not going to put his business out there. But nonetheless, he got so much publicity from this act. A stunt, whatever you want to call it. He got so much publicity. Like, I don't even know if he want me to put the number out there, so I won't. But literally, the kind of publicity he got off of this, you have to pay for shit like this. And I always feel like all publicity is good publicity. So work with that shit. If I was him, in addition to doing them interviews and doing that press run, I will be loading y'all with content on YouTube. Like, I'm confident he's made a pretty coin off of covering the Diddy trial and all that. So he probably really ain't tripping off of it. But me, if I was him, I would come 10x y'all with videos because everybody's paying attention right now. But that ain't my business. That's his channel. Now, what he told me is that it was a spur of the moment thing. He wasn't really thinking. He wasn't meaning to be like disrespectful or not disregard. Damn, I can't think of the word now. It wasn't meant to be harmful in the moment. Okay. Now here's the problem. Anybody who watch him and watch how he covers the trial, you know that that's like a part of the shtick and a part of like the character that he does on YouTube, right? For the whole Diddy trial shit. But outside of his YouTube channel, for the majority of the public and the mainstream, that was their first introduction to him. And that's where I was just like, ooh, nigga, you fucked up. And then somebody had told me that Nancy Grace had played the video too and was looking at it. I was just like, oh, shit. Now, he claims, and this is what he was telling me, that the reason why he went so viral and the reason why pretty much every publication is showing his part of the whole baby oil stunt is because that crackhead lady was next to him. What's her name? Crackhead Barbie, something like that. You know, the lady that was outside the courthouse saying, Diddy, pee on me, Diddy. Pee on me, Diddy. I want you to beat my ass for $10 million. You can beat my ass. That lady, they be taking off her wig and shit and the panties and bra. Okay, he wasn't lying because she was pouring oil on herself too. He also told me that everywhere he went around the courthouse, she was following him around the courthouse to try to have a moment. Now, the problem is that when she was pouring the oil on herself, every picture of her, you can see her breast straight through her bra. Like, you see areola, nipple, all that. So, you can't put that on publications. You can't put that on Front Street. You can't, but you know what you can put out there? this nigga right here with the oiled up chest. So they could put her chest out there. They really could put his chest out there. And he caught all the heat. He caught all the heat. Now, if I was him, would I have done that? No, I would not. And here's the learning lesson in all of this. As you start to grow, and as you start to go on different platforms, you go in different parts of media, in different parts of the industry. You have to always, number one, keep in mind that the eyes are always on you, right? People are watching, okay? He was, I want to say, the number one person that y'all was really watching for the Diddy recaps. Him, I know Mims was covering it, and Tisa Tells, right? But she's a woman, so it's a little bit different. But Tisa was covering it as well. But when you are the top dog in some shit, when everybody's saying your name, celebrities reposting, everybody talking about it on TikTok, when you are at the top of the apex, is that the word? Anyway, whatever. You gotta watch every single thing you do, because people are waiting for you to fuck up. And what he also has to understand is that for the people that have watched him grow over the years, and even for the people that have left as followers and were coming back, right? They felt disappointed in him in that moment. They felt like, damn, you done finally got what you say you want, and now you're doing this? Why are you doing it? They didn't understand why. You understand? The other, before I get to that part, let me finish this part. The other thing we have to realize as content creators, right? You know, y'all my people. As Funky doesn't even say y'all black like this, not like that, right? When I do certain shit on this camera and on this mic and the little nuances of black culture, y'all get it. But when I step outside of this, people don't get that. They don't get it. And so what he should have done is, after the courthouse and the ruling came down and all that shit, he should have went back to his apartment, whatever apartment he was staying at. And you want to oil your body up there, do it there. You want to roll around on a bed there, do it there. You want to take your clothes off there, do it on your own show, on your own platform. But I would even advise him, the way you got so many eyes on you, shit like that needs to always be behind a paywall at this point. Because when you start going on different platforms like that, people are clipping everything. People are ready for you to fuck up and ready for you to fail. It is what it is, right? Y'all done seen me jump from mattress to mattress. Y'all done seen me be in the tub. Y'all done, it would have been the equivalent of me being up there at that trial, and when that verdict came down, I'm in my doctor's coat, my chest is oiled up, and I'm popping the belt. I'm popping the belt. Pop my butt, pop my butt, pop my butt, pop my butt. And y'all say, do you know what pop my butt meant to Cassie? It meant a whip. Do you see what I'm saying? So to me, I'm not tripping because I know what that is. His followers really ain't tripping because they know what that is. But for everybody else, they didn't get it. Okay? I do also think he got caught up in a moment. I do think that energy is a very real thing. And in that moment, he just wasn't thinking. I just think he literally wasn't thinking. He just was thinking about, entertaining y'all, but he wasn't thinking of all the eyes that were on him. He wasn't thinking that this was not the right time and place for that. He wasn't thinking that we at the fucking courthouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love, and like, I love y'all, don't get me wrong. But we do our thing on here, but when it comes to that court, you have to carry yourself a different way. It's not being fake. It's just what it is, right? It's just what it is. He got caught up in the moment. But I don't think that was a reason to like crucify him necessarily. But, you know, people gonna do what they do. Now, me and him was talking and we said, you know what? Even though you were there in the moment and you didn't mean any harm, we both said if it was us watching somebody else doing that, we would have been online talking about that shit too. So it's just one of them things. When you talk about people for a living, you get it too. And you got to take the backlash as it comes. Lastly, right? I think the bigger issue in the conflict that you guys a lot of times have with us, your favorite content creators, right? As black men, and then for those of us that are gay black men, or even somebody like T.S. Madison, who is a transgender woman, but still born not born a man, born a male, born as a little boy. So you still have a male brain. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Your wiring is your wiring, right? Because we're not women, and because we don't live the experience that women do, we don't understand the amount of sensitivity that is needed when we approach certain topics. We don't know. Because we're not women and we don't live that experience. Okay? Heterosexual men, and really look at it this way too. Heterosexual men marry and date women and they still don't understand y'all experience. So then when you add gay on top of that, they really don't fucking get it. And it made me think about that moment, right? In front of the courthouse. It made me think about when Funky Dineva and Al Reynolds was going in on Chloe Bailey. Remember that? And when they was going in on Hallie about her pregnancy, talking about you need to tell us and you owe us that. Just not understanding what pregnant women go through, why she may be hiding, how her uterus is. If we don't own her uterus, we don't own her body. Do you understand the misogyny? You can't be a man in this country and not have some misogyny on you. So we literally don't get it. We're tone deaf in that way. A lot of men don't. First off, a lot of men haven't really taken the time to really talk to their mothers about their experience, their sisters, their grandmothers, their aunties. Like, they don't get it. So that's why when they report on certain things and certain stories, especially with abuse, they don't understand abuse. What you mean Cassie couldn't just leave? What you mean Cassie was afraid to tell him no? What you mean? You're not a woman. You don't know what it's like for the female experience. Is you born into this world. From the moment you born, everybody feels like they have ownership over your body. You got people calling you a whore before you've even lost your virginity. From the time you about 11, 12, any nigga you encounter is trying to fuck. We don't know what that's like. To constantly leave, to go outside, every time you walk out in that world, a nigga is trying to fuck you. If he's trying to give you something, he's trying to fuck. If he's talking to you, because he's trying to fuck. If you're being nice, because he's trying to fuck. He open the door, because he's trying to fuck. We don't understand that. The closest thing and the closest way we really start to really understand y'all experience is when a man goes to prison. And the first thing he knows, he got to be on his shit. He got to be on his P's and Q's. And he learns just how predatory and how naturally predatory men are. The only way we kind of understand it is if you're a smaller male. And when you go out in the world, I'm talking about like in stature, and you go out in the world, you feel vulnerable. And then they start to overcompensate by maybe being hyper aggressive or some niggas tatted from head to toe. They definitely got to learn how to fight. They definitely got to And why? Because men are naturally territorial. So I top all of this back in, not to call Armon predatory, but to simply say he, me, we, I, us as men are largely tone deaf to what y'all go through. And that's why we constantly have these instances of y'all being like, now what the fuck? Why would you do that? Because in that moment, he's not thinking of how many women are going to be hurt when they see that because they were abused. They got their ass kicked. A lot of women watching us right now still getting their ass beat. And they can't just leave. And it's not that simple. It's not that simple to just leave. All you got to do is watch the news every day. Women being taken out. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Women have kids. Shit, times is hard. Welfare being cut. You can't just leave. Everybody don't have help. It don't work. It don't work like that. Oh, she can just leave me. She could just tell him no. How the fuck she gonna tell a nigga no that didn't beat her until she unconscious? That can choke the life out of her. Can we also talk about the fact that a lot of times we say, oh, she should have fought back. She should have fought back. She's a woman. Every woman ain't no fighter. And you do know the women that even are fighters grew up fighting as a result of abuse, trauma. They didn't want to be like that. That ain't the natural order of things. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm not putting all of that on him, and that's a heavy burden to carry. But it's something that as he continues to grow and as he continues to go up, he has to be mindful of. I have to be mindful of. Any of us that are black and male in this space, and then especially if you gay, you have to be mindful of. So I don't right. Stockholm syndrome. This and then the third. It's way more complicated than people realize.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.